What's up, guys? So the build is over. Tamra now has a skoolie and she's ridden off into the sunset. When I set out to build a vehicle for Tamra to live in, I didn't know her that well. She seemed like a good person. I still believe that she's a good person. I still believe that I'm happy that she was the recipient of this gift. So much has happened between the time that I set out to do this and the time that I'm sitting here before you today and looking back at it. We had to move a couple of times. Got chased off by the police a couple of times. You'll see more of the police. I learned some things about my own personal management skills that I need to improve on. I learned the damage that's caused by being a nice guy in certain situations when I need not be a nice guy. And so that's something that I'm going to take away from this. I also noticed in some of the comments that, you know, there's remarks about Tamra being undeserving of this, and maybe there's somebody that's more deserving. It was never an intention to set out to do this for somebody because they were the most deserving or appreciative. We do these things because we want to offer a gift to somebody. And we did that. And we did it with a lot of help. At the very end of the process, an anonymous donation came in of $1,000. But the project was completed. There might be some that believe that that should be liquidated into an envelope and stuck in the glove box of the skoolie and sent off on her way, but that's not my style, and that's never going to be my style. The intention was to give somebody a place to live, and we achieved that. We achieved it in spades, and so that's what happened. The funds that are left over, I am now the steward of and will use in such a way as that I see fit. I also want to talk about the ethics of the spending of the GoFundMe. I've got an envelope with a pile of receipts in it. There were a lot of expenses that I don't have receipts for, such as driving out with Teshia to get the bus. I won't be itemizing a list of where every penny went. I'll most likely put something together to give folks an idea of how much cost would be involved to build a vehicle out like this. And that cost was high. But I don't want that to dissuade you from trying to do something like this yourself, because you can always remember that you start small and build over time. The funds that are left from the GoFundMe will be reused in such a way as to benefit people as I see fit. If I choose to do more of these projects for others, I will do so with some certain components present that weren't present in this. I don't regret how this went, and I don't regret the recipient. Don't misunderstand me on that. But, you know, it's very important to realize that I'm doing this for folks in earnest and based on my integrity. And if others don't believe in me and they don't believe in my integrity, then they need not donate, period. With that, let's lighten the mood a little bit, right? I'm here on the creek, out enjoying the nice weather. I'm at almost 7,000 feet. It's beautiful here. I've got a lot of editing to do, plus projects on my own vehicle. In our last video, we saw Tamra arrive. We saw that she was a real person. And in this video, we put her to work. And she was eager to pitch in. And so let's take a look at that. And we'll see you guys very soon with more to come. Thank you for watching.
How do I shut the door?
Turn the key on to send power to the control panel. And then with the red knob slid to the right up at the top there, I did that.
Okay.
You can push the button closest to you down on the downside.
Feels like.
And now the door is closed and, you know, secured. It's like locked.
The oil light is flashing.
It's okay.
That doesn't mean anything? Okay. So many buttons. Feels like the Millennium Falcon. Oh man. This is so cool. This is gonna be my life.
That's the thing that I keep thinking when I'm driving this around. You know, this is gonna be your life every day.
Yeah.
And how easy is this just to turn the key and go run errands? It's so nimble and powerful.
Yeah. Yeah, it is.
And quiet and tight.
Oh my gosh, yeah, totally. Oh, that car is in my lane.
Oh, you like to record everything, huh?
Yeah.
I had a 96 van.
Did you?
This motor, yeah.
That was converted into like a...
No, it was normal.
okay.
It was a 12-passenger van.
Nice.
Road trips, the kids and stuff. Worked out well.
That's it? That's all you need to do?
Well, we gotta go and plug it in inside, and then it'll give us the codes and
You
give
mind
us.
if I film you inside?
Yeah, you'd probably have to ask the store manager about that one.
Okay.
If they notice.
Yeah.
Just kidding.
Oh, okay, so it's not, yeah, well,
Yeah.
I know people that may
Yeah.
try to pull a 5,000-pound vehicle with it. Oh, exactly, 52S.
I'm no stranger to check engine lights. Mine has been doing catalytic converter codes for like 3 years.
Oh, really?
I've had it replaced like 3 times and I've had it fixed several times and
Keeps coming back.
yeah, nobody can figure it out.
You said that was 97, right?
I'm sorry?
2007.
2007? Sorry, yeah, sure. That's 3,500, I'm sure. 6-liter motor. About how many miles are on that thing?
104,000.
That's what you wanted to see, wasn't it?
Oh, cool.
Let's see, catalyst efficiency below a threshold. Sensor
Great.
circuit range performance. Magnitude sensor 2. Okay, so what this is telling us here is that these are the 3 codes that were thrown. One of them is the O2 sensor circuit range. So it's possible the O2 sensor is having trouble as well. What this does, it looks at millions of actual repair records.
There you go.
Okay.
And so what it is what do mechanics usually have to do to fix
I've done that a
a
couple
vehicle
times.
your age, that many miles,
Right.
that your vehicle with those codes, what do they usually have to replace to fix the problem?
And it's suggesting replace the cat?
It's suggesting replace the catalytic converter.
Or the O2 sensor, or the...
Yeah, well, it says most likely solution is catalytic converter.
That's so crazy because this is the same code I've been dealing with on my car
Says there on the vehicle.
forever
That you took it off.
that I failed to address. Dang.
Okay.
And it's possible there's an O2 sensor problem. Now there is a product we sell that can help clean out catalytic converters.
Okay.
Cleans them out.
Yeah. Like I have a car that burns a little oil and will clog up the catalytic converter every
Okay.
once in a while. Run that stuff through, it cleans it up.
What is
Yeah.
it?
It's called CataClean. It's over here.
Okay.
So you get this code and you do that?
So
Okay.
it's cataclean.
CataClean.
Yeah.
Get down to about 1/8 of a tank and then put it in. It's gonna smoke a little bit. But if anything, that might keep it from rethrowing that code after we reset the computer.
Yeah, so what's happening is it's burning off all the extra gunk.
So
and
this
crap
is the
in
cheapest
catalytic
possible solution. And so when
Exactly.
we're trying to, what's it called? When you,
converter.
Troubleshoot.
thank you. Yeah. So that's where we should start with troubleshooting.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Okay.
cool.
Yeah, and this has worked for me. So
All right.
Well, thanks, Paul.
I know
Thanks for
that,
checking
so-
the code and everything and spending some
Yeah.
time with us.
no, not a problem.
Appreciate it.
All right, man.
Thank you.
See ya.
Thanks, guys.
To be able to with the help of YouTube or something like that, to be able to troubleshoot, and maybe solve problems if they're not too complicated.
There's a pretty knowledgeable community out there that is always eager to
That's true.
step in and offer 2 cents with past experiences and so forth.
Yeah, I love that.
All right, so let's see if we can find Joanne's.
Do you want to drive or am I driving?
Let's have you drive for a while.
Okay.
Let's put this across, and you're gonna be closing that.
I can start the car and then do it, right?
Yeah. And this moisture on this window has been here since I got here, so.
Interesting.
Yeah, since I first got it,
So
and it
it's
won't go
between-
away. I don't know, I think it's
Between
like
the
the
panels.
old ghost that lives in the van.
Don't say that. So the light's still on to check if it's light. Sometimes they reset it when they check out.
Well, we'll go ahead and reset it when we get back to camp.
Okay.
And that catalytic converter is something that we want to consider to be the very last option, considering the price and there's installation costs
Oh
involved.
gosh, yeah. Oh, I do not. I've dealt with so much catalytic converter nonsense. Jamie, am I going to hit that car?
Let me go back and check. You're close. You got about 4 feet. You got about 3 feet.
Oh, I'm scared.
You got about 2 feet. Whoa, that's about as close as I get.
Okay. Oh, I got closer than I needed to. I was paying attention to the back, not the front. I like to hang out with my 20 nieces and nephews that are literally all over the world.
Oh, wow.
And I love to dance. Dancing has always been something super fun. And I just love to be in nature. I love hiking. I love exploring. I love making things. I love crafting and building, and I love primitive skills specifically, ancestral skills, if you will. The primitive technologies that have become nearly extinct, or some of them extinct. I'm really into that kind of stuff.
What do you like about that?
I like making a connection with something that I think is in our DNA, and making a connection with ancestors, and I like keeping something alive that that's brilliant, the ingenuity, and then the potential necessity of that, if not the current usefulness. I mean, there's so much empowerment and confidence that comes from knowing that you can be self-sufficient, truly self-sufficient, without any gear, just with what nature provides, improvising to make your life, like our ancestors did. You looking around and seeing what the earth has provided, and then using those materials to create a comfortable life and what you need. It's just really, it's cool to me, it just draws me, and I don't know, it's just something that calls me.
I would imagine that there's a certain satisfaction with knowing that you can accomplish what you need to be okay from raw materials around for just free. They're just laying around, and you don't need to go buy something to fill some kind of a need that you may have, or even learning that you don't, that need is really a want when it comes right down to it.
Absolutely. So it's freedom and it's independence to know that you don't need these artificial systems, people talk about, the economy, and I'm all, I'm not that attached to it, you know what I mean? Like, I still am somewhat, but I don't need to be.
But it is nice having the creature comforts that this bus is going to provide.
Yes, it is. Yes,
Make no mistake about that.
And it fits very well into my interest in, outdoor living. And, when you live in a small space, it really encourages you to extend your living space into the outdoors. And so that's one of the things that appeals to me about a small living space, as well as a mobile living space. Front stuff, so.
Well, we went to Walmart for curtains in our van and just bought household curtains, and then cut them up to fit and size, and one package did the whole van.
Yeah.
Of course, a lot.
Do you think it might be cheaper to do that, Jamie, than to get fabric and have someone sew it?
It was.
It's hard to
in our
say.
case.
It was?
Because we also got blackout curtains, and to get the blackout material is a little bit more
pricier.
expensive. Yeah.
Well, we were thinking, because Danny B has some stuff that's pretty opaque, that we could line the outside of whatever I choose with his stuff, you know what I mean? So.
I've got a sewing machine too.
Do you?
Yeah.
Well, my friend Tabitha lives in Ogden. Do you know Utah? Okay.
Salt Lake.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, she lives in Ogden, and she said that she would be happy to sew it. But I don't know if it's more cost efficient to just
Here's
buy
where
curtains
my
ready-made.
head's at. We got to get this done, and we just spent all day looking at fabrics. So that would put us back into the sea of looking at fabrics,
I see.
where we could pick something out and
We've got
put
the
her as the
measurements.
shipping
And she
address.
said it's easy. She said it's really easy to do. So
So it's a logistics thing.
yeah,
Right now, I'm kind of pushing for let's get it done.
yeah. And she's such a giving person. She's probably just happy to do it too.
Well, and curtains
Cool.
you can do absolutely last anyway.
Okay.
And you know, once you get all the right
The
stuff
guts
in
in
there,
there,
the guts
yeah.
and the hardware,
Mhm.
then you can always come back. I've changed curtains in that 2 or 3 times.
Yeah, those finishing touches you can mess with. So
All right, you feel like cleaning this floor?
I do. How'd you know? Let me throw this in my
Critter
car.
got all the stuff, so I'm gonna grab it.
Yeah, I'm gonna get my shoes on. I'm gonna...
I like this.
Just think about this. If there's any grit, if you feel grit underneath it, it kind of sounds like there's grit. You know, try to move all the grit in one direction.
Gotcha.
Because when you go to put the wax on, you're gonna be locking all that grit down
Gotcha.
into the wax.
Yeah.
So here's how you pull on it. See how it doesn't come? Now push on it and pull on it.
Okay, that releases.
Yeah.
How long does it take to dry?
Not long. It shouldn't take 20 minutes or something, especially with all this wind or that dry climate.
So do you think I could start again down there?
I would wait. I would wait at least 10 minutes, so you just like hop on and walk out.
Everything out, and then see if I can digest it back in. Just kind of put it in. So I went to look for 2 weeks, so it's worse than ever. It's really bad.
I remember the luggage rack was put on at the van build. How's that working out for you?
Danny B and Evan put that in. Really, really well. It's so much better because before these straps used to break the seal and make this really loud whistling sound and also channel in rain. So this has been really good, really good.
Well, soon enough, you'll be moving out of this and into what we got for you.
Oh my gosh, I can't wait for moving day.
This
That's an upgrade.
doesn't look like much right now.
Moving on up to this side.
So how long have you lived in this car?
Almost 2 years. It was September 2015 and this is June 2017. What? So almost 2 years. Puppy, come
What's
here.
it been like for you?
Come here. You know, I've been super content actually. It's just, it works, you know, but
Well, let's talk about this. Where do
Sorry.
you go to sleep and things like that?
So I've just been very adaptable. You want me to hold you? Come here, sister. Come here, baby girl. Does she like being picked up?
I don't know.
She seems like she wants up. Okay. So what I do to sleep is I have my clothing in mesh bags and then I push the front seats forward and lean them forward and then I set the mesh bags down the middle and I sleep with my feet at the dash and my head in the bag. And it is just long enough and it's actually, I sleep well and I have a sleeping bag that I sleep in. But the truth is that I don't sleep in my car very often.
Okay.
I sleep in my car maybe 3 or 4 nights a month.
Okay.
So I travel a ton and I have friends and family everywhere because I've lived so many places and been a part of so many different tribes. And so, and I never stay anywhere long enough to become annoying. And so whenever I'm in a place, you know, I usually don't even say, hey, like, can someone, you know, like let me do laundry and shower. But usually people be like, you're in town, come on over. So I sleep at friends and family's house a lot and then also I camp a lot. So I'll just throw down a sleeping pad and a sleeping bag, you know, and just sleep out if I'm in a place like this.
And then when I travel abroad, I stay in a lot of hostels or do couchsurfing.com or things like that. Or I'm at a lot of events and gatherings where it's like, you know, there's housing or whatever.
What would you say is the over and under time period that you would become annoying?
I don't know. Maybe we should ask my
4
family.
4 days? 3 days?
It's really nice because people offer and I accept, but I don't need the support. Like, I can sleep comfortably without someone's couch or spare room. I can find laundry facilities without the use of somebody's. I can find a shower without somebody's shower. I can certainly feed myself without, you know, people providing meals. But I'm really blessed and fortunate that I have so many people who are generous and who love me and who enjoy my company.
How do you think life is going to change for you when you move into the bus?
I think as much as I am independent here, I'm going to be even more independent, because people are going to say, oh, shower, sleep over here. And I'll be like, you know what, let's do lunch, let's hang out, but like, I'm going to sleep in my rig, you know, because that's my home and that's comfortable. And so definitely it's going to change in that regard. And just like organization, being able to have access to my things and know where they are and to get to them easily.
For everything to have a place.
Yes, and I'm going to be able to have some, words keep failing me. I'm going to be able to have some routine, and I'm going to be able to have a workspace, and I'm going to be able to, you know, my supplements are here and my green drink is here, and to be able to have a juicer and a blender so I can smoothie and so I can juice, and to be able to store fresh food.
Perishables in a refrigerator.
Yes, that's
Robin Barnes.
Yeah, Robin. So like, that's been the hardest part for me though, is not having a kitchen. And so for me, I think that's gonna make the biggest difference. But also just like, again, I've been content in here, I've been comfortable in here, but how much better to be able to like have space, to not feel crowded and to be organized. I think that's gonna be huge.
When you slept in your car, where would you sleep? Would you sleep in a gas station parking lot? Where would you sleep?
Walmart parking lots usually, especially since Cody hooked me up with the Reflectix in this car. That's been, you know, I've been a lot more likely to sleep at Walmart parking lots since then. And that works fine. Or I'll come out and sleep in places like this, just in the middle of nowhere. Or in residential areas that are kind of nice-ish, you know, that feel safe, and it's a car, people don't, you know, seem too bothered about it. So just wherever's convenient. I road trip a lot. Hey, baby.
Where are you going to go once you move into the bus? What's next for you? Where would you drive off to, and what would you be doing? What would the next 6 months look like?
Baby. So I have 20 nieces and nephews and 7 siblings and a bunch of in-laws and my parents all over the world. So traveling and visiting family, it's so nice to be able to do that. My nieces and nephews are growing up knowing their aunt, right? And they're spread out literally everywhere. Florida, Texas, Barcelona, Utah, Idaho. And so my nieces and nephews know me. They see me regularly. My friends' kids know me because they see me regularly. And I'm able to help. I'm able to show up and say, you guys want to take a trip, or do you want to go out for the night, you know, and things like that, to kind of be, since I don't have kids, I want to like be that relief and participate in that way. And then I'm really involved in the primitive skills community, so I connect with people, teach classes, go to gatherings. I'm really involved in the adoption community, so I can go and speak at conferences, attend retreats, or, you know, contribute in that way, help organize events, and just to connect with the people who live in the places where I go. And then also, I just love being outside. I love sleeping outside. I love hiking. I love exploring. And so I can go, you know, see this place I've never seen, or see this place I've seen before and loved and wanted to go back to. I can connect with other travelers, you know, if we have common interests and we can travel together. Cami and I do that. I can go to where there's money. I don't have to work very often, fortunately, but I'm able to go where the money is, to go where there's work. And just whatever I want to do, you know, whatever I hear about that, you know, if there's some people, if I have some friends going on this or that adventure, going to Mexico, or, you know, whatever, I can go there. It's fantastic. You know, if I want to see friends and family in the East, if I want to see friends and family in the West, or, you know, just
it's gonna
freedom.
Be a whole new beginning.
Yeah, totally. This is seriously a dream. Like, you know, from even before I started actually realizing I could have this mobile, free, nomadic life, I kind of fantasized about being specifically in a skoolie, you know, but I was like, but anything would do. But specifically, I just always thought it'd be so cool to be in a skoolie. I love the space. I love the light in it. I love that it's quirky. And so, yeah, I'm beyond stoked. I can't even believe, like, is this real? Like, why is this happening to me? You know, like, why is this good thing coming to me? You know, like, it's pretty rad. It's pretty exciting.
Well, I'm super pumped too, and it looks like if everything comes together at the rate that it is, we're only a couple of weeks out, maybe right around July 1st. It could get pushed back another week if we have little things hang us up, but it's just moving fast.
Well, on y'all's time, I mean, it's almost 2 years. What's a little more? So I'll just be stoked. Seriously, like, it's just, I don't even know. I can't even.
Should we go put another coat of wax on that floor?
Yeah, let's wax it.
Let's do it.